Hey everybody, it's Steve from Middle Kingdom Fitness, and it's time for a change once again. And this change involves the time of day in which I work out. For decades, I lifted weights as early as I possibly could. Um, of course, when I was working full time, I had to either lift during my lunch break or immediately upon coming home. The very few times that I did get the opportunity to lift before I went to work, this is back when I was teaching in America, I felt great for the remainder of the day. I love that feeling. Um, but it wasn't always possible for obvious reasons. But then when I came to China, working in a training center situation, I was able to lift prior to going to work. And on the longer days, Saturdays and Sundays, I was able to lift during my lunch breaks. So that was the next best thing. Moved to Cambodia. Uh, for the first month that I was there, a little bit longer, I didn't work at all. So I was able to work out anytime I wanted. Basically, at around, I would do a pre lunch workout for most of the time. Then I did take a part time job, but I had to be at work at 8 a.m. I would teach two classes, and then I would get like a 2 to 3 hour break and then come back and teach two more. So that was the perfect time to work out there. When I did move to the Philippines, at first I was working out before lunch. I'm not going to say break of dawn, but I was living with my daughter and her family, so certain considerations had to be taken into account. But then when we moved here, I started lifting again in the mornings before I'd go to the store, and I would do my cardio in the evening. But then a couple of things changed. One, we bought bicycles. Now, the intention was to go out for a ride every evening. The heat would be lesser, and we can go out for a ride together, my wife and myself. But that started to change. Schedule changes at the store. The heat really became unbearable. So I was doing the bike rides first thing in the morning. 5:15 in the morning, I'd be taking a bike ride. The other thing that changed is that I was working for a online training platform, and they had scheduled me for some classes. So it made more sense for me to stick with the cardio in the morning, teach those classes, train those students, go about my day, come back and lift in the evening. And it was working out for me. And research supports this, by the way. According to every research that I've read, you're stronger in the evening. So it's great. But you know what? It's just not me. And I was doing this for a couple of months and things were going all right. But all throughout the day, I'm trying to think of excuses why I don't need to work out tonight on any given day. And, usually I would convince myself, no, just shut up and work out, and that's fine. And then that training platform dried up, so that wasn't in the equation anymore, but I still kept with the cardio in the morning and the lifting in the evening. And now that the heat is really, really intense here, I'm at the store 6, 7 hours a day, and it's draining me. It is so hot. So when I get home, I sleep for 45 minutes in the air conditioning. I feed the dog, and then I begin my workout. And I'm just exhausted. So I'm going to try and go back to the way tonight. See, I've already made an excuse for tonight. So tonight I'm going to do a quicker version of back and biceps. And starting tomorrow, I'm going to go back to training in the morning. Now, tomorrow's interesting because it's shoulders and legs. And on Sundays, I do split them into separate workouts. Actually, I split them now during the week as well. So that's an exception to the rule. So I will do my shoulders when I wake up. I should perhaps be able to do the legs at that point as well if it's early enough, and it'll beat the heat. I don't work at the store on Sundays, although lately I've been asked to cover more often than I'd like to admit. Do my legs in the afternoon, and then go for a bike ride in the evening. It's just the better way for me. It doesn't matter what the research says, what all the studies say. It doesn't matter. It's what's going to keep you consistent. And right now, I'm having a harder time being consistent. Now, for me, not being consistent is different from other people. I mean, I'm just like off a day, and it's like a big deal to me. But other people can, take days, weeks, months off. I can't do that. I'm too nervous of a person to do that. But I'm not happy with the cycle that I'm on. So I'm going to finish this coffee, do my modified back and biceps workout, and tomorrow going right back to square one.